Hi everybody, this is Chuck again from InShapeMD and HappyLee Fitness with another fitness and nutrition tip today. Yesterday we did a video, and on that video we talked about 4 key words that you hear all the time when you're trying to diet, or maybe you're thinking about going on a diet. This is a time when many people are doing that. And we hear about ketogenics, and we hear about paleo, and hear about HCG. And yesterday we talked about intermittent fasting. And I said I would give you 4 videos in the next couple of days, talking a little bit about each one, that maybe it will give you enough information that will allow you to go on your search and do more research to see which ones is best for you. Because a lot of clutter when you put it all together, right? So today we're going to talk about paleo. Now paleo is pretty simple because often it's referred to as the caveman diet. And it's really talking about that in the prehistoric times, in caveman times, people were hunters and they were gatherers. Think about the food source back then. It was meat, and it was berries, and it was nuts, right? Not a lot of farms back then. But paleo, there's a lot of great science to paleo, and you can get very lean off paleo. You can get lean off of all these diets I'm talking about, but I just want to give you some slight differences that say maybe this speaks to you. One thing with paleo I would tell you is that it's pretty easy to prepare with paleo because you're eating your main food groups. You're eating meat, and you're eating, fruits and vegetables, and you're eating nuts. What you're not eating is you're not eating sugar. And what you're not eating is you're not eating dairy. Paleo and dairy do not go together. Now, the idea is that you're eliminating the processed foods, correct, right, out of your diet. And the idea is that, all the packaged foods out of your diet. But I think that's going to be a staple with anything. So, you think about the caveman had to wake up in the morning and he had to go find his food. He hunted for his food, and what he killed, he ate, and often that lasted for days. And then he would supplement that with things that grew. So with paleo, you think in terms of if it walked the earth, or if it swam in an ocean, right? Or if it flew in the air, or if it came up through the ground, you can eat it. That's paleo. That's the way you think about paleo. And I think a lot of people could get around that and say, I got it. So again, if you're eliminating the sugar, and you're eliminating the dairy, and you're eliminating all the packaged foods, basically if you walk in a grocery store and you work the outer aisle of the grocery store, that's where all your foods are going to be. Typically, all the things in the middle aisles of the grocery store are the processed foods, packaged foods, that you really shouldn't be eating. And I'm not here to judge it. I want to give you some simple tips. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the keto approach, which is how it compares to even paleo, how it's slightly different but very similar. But the idea is that a lot of people, I think, can do paleo. Benefits when you're eating clean, you're eating whole, is that your blood pressure will probably be improved if it's high. Science says that will happen. Your triglycerides will come down. Your insulin will get lower. And the idea is that you're eating, some carbs, but very little carbs. Just a little bit of grains, but you got to think about nothing's processed. So if that helps you with paleo, to understand a little bit more, now you can compare your paleo to your intermittent fasting. And can you combine these kind of things? Like, can you intermittent fast and do paleo? Absolutely. You can do that. So do your research, look it up. Maybe this help put you in the right direction. If you're out there and you're on a limb and you're saying, I'm thinking about making some really big changes in my life. I really want to get healthier, fitter, but I don't know which way to go because all this is confusing. All I'm trying to do is give you a little bit of information to say, that speaks to me, and then you can do more research, right? You can do a little bit more research. So the idea is that I like paleo. There are things I can go into much more depth about. If I was training an athlete, for example, I probably would, and wanted to get leaner, I'd probably lean more towards keto. But paleo, of course, is not as active. But the idea is that it's really easy. It's not hard to prepare. Think about when you eat a meat and you eat a vegetable for dinner, you've eaten something really healthy for the most part, right? But you've eliminated right away sugar. You've eliminated dairy. And the idea is that so when you're eating whole, when you're having nuts for a snack and you're having fruit at some point earlier in your day, right? You don't have fruit late at night, and that's another whole story. But you're eating things that were all natural. Look at paleo that way. and often you hear it referred to as the caveman diet, as I mentioned. So you can get lots of information to go more into this, but that's a great way of eating. Now, of course, we're not talking about calories. We're not talking about how much to eat in the course of a day, but it gives you that's the kind of things, pretty simple. Your main food groups are covered in paleo. So until the next time, which in this case will be the next video will probably be tomorrow. It will be tomorrow. You can learn a lot. Stay tuned, plug in, do more research, but just make a difference in someone's day to day. Have a great day. Bye-bye.